I'm Jason Hicks. We started this program, Niyakko Rush Soccer Club, summer of 2013. Our church had been reaching out to this apartment complex that was specifically created and housing of refugee families. And our church was going there just doing handyman work, just reaching out, just loving on these families. And one of the members of the outreach, Jeff Price, he invited me to go out and check it out. And so my wife Becky and I did. And she'd go there and she'd paint the little girls' fingernails and do their hair and such. And my background has always been sports and soccer. And they have a dirt field in the back lot. And it's not much of a soccer field, but it's close enough. And when I went there, the boys were playing bare feet and flip-flops. And they obviously had skill. And then it was just neat to watch that they didn't care their ages and their ethnicities and their religions. They were just playing soccer and loving each other. And I thought it was great. And so after several weeks of going out there and meeting the kids and learning their names and stuff, I started asking them questions about their background, and I was surprised that not a single one of them had ever been on a coached team before. They'd never done it. And so I asked them if they'd be interested in it, and so that kind of got the ball rolling. One night, my wife and I, this was middle of August 2013, we were watching the news before bed, and we caught a little blip on Channel 7 News about a soccer club in Littleton called Rush Soccer, and every tournament and such they collect equipment, whether it's cleats or shin guards or when kids grow out of stuff, they collect them and they put them in a huge box and they ship them overseas to third world countries and such. And a lot of times they connect with the military out there, so before the military will show up to a village, they'll kind of do like a peace offering, and they'll offer equipment and soccer and a little camp to the villages, and then that kind of brings, peace. They don't see it as like the Americans coming in and storming it. They're, Americans actually coming to make things better, and it's been very beneficial for both Rush Soccer and for the military. And when I saw the video, I gave them an email. I do get discouraged with the program. I guess if I could just 100% commit myself to being a soccer coach and a outreach coordinator or whatever, things might go easier maybe. Or maybe if I lived in a neighborhood where I grew up and I had more connections with schools and such. So we are starting from square one. When we started this program, I really didn't know what I was doing when I created this. I didn't realize all the logistics, transportation, and insurance, and equipment, and kids keep growing out of stuff. There was a lot of things to think about, and then we can only practice for so long. If you don't start offering the kids games, they lose interest. And then we've got to talk about, where's the money going to come from to pay for things, and parks cost money, and gas for our vehicle that we purchased costs money. And so I do a lot of praying, just soul-seeking. God, you've brought these boys into our lives, and it's a responsibility that we all take very seriously, but how do we do it? And it's never something I want to make about me. I never want to call it my program and my boys. These are our boys and your boys, God, and we just want to be able to serve them the best way that you want us to. And so, because it's a volunteer program and that we all have families and we have jobs and we have homes and kids, it's hard for people to make long-term commitments to our program. So probably 4 or 5 months a year, it's me by myself making phone calls, putting out ads, trying to get help, because these boys are ready to play, and they're good boys, they're respectful boys, and I want them to have every opportunity to have. I can't do it by myself. Now that it's summer's always a good, what they call door busting or barn raising, where we start really growing. I've got 2 brand new coaches in the past 2 weeks, and that's great. And hopefully one of them will stick around for the next year. And once we have that kind of solidarity with the coaches and with the players, good things will start coming out of it. And I've got his name's John, and he's came out, and he's not a soccer player, but he loves Jesus and he loves these kids, and that's great. I would not turn on anyone who wants to, benefit these kids' lives, and I would love to have more of a gospel-oriented background. So as much as I do get discouraged because we're not in a league right now, we don't have name brand jerseys, we don't have consistent plan. I guess it's more about timing and learning. The person I am today and my expectations I have today are much different than I had from last year. So it's all very good, and it's been really good to see these boys grow and mature, and nearly every single one of them played for their school this year. They all played and represented us well, and they represented the school well, and I know that they represent their families. So I think these are all really good things, and I'm proud to be a part of it, and I'm honored.